Hi, all. Cindy at Prep Your Stead here, and today I wanted to answer some questions that I have gotten about the difference between pressure canning and water bath canning. You'll have to forgive the voice. We had a sudden dust storm, and there is so much dust in the air that it's just absolutely overwhelming. So please forgive me in advance for the coughing and all that. One of the questions I had that folks asked was about the new lids. I will try to find, I have the announcement from the government about the new lids and how long they last and how to treat them when you're using them. So I'll go ahead and put those up on my MeWe and Facebook pages so that you guys can go ahead and read those. Anyways, this is one of the new lids. They're made by Kerr. They're called SureTight. And the seal on them, it looks like the regular seal. You would never know the difference if you didn't read the packaging on them. These lids are now only made to stay sealed for 18 months. And with the new lids, you don't put them in a simmering pot of water anymore. You're supposed to just run them in hot water. I've used them a little bit so far and I haven't had any issues yet, but they've only been out for about a year. So I haven't really hit the mark where they would start popping yet to see if they go bad. So it's something I'm watching really close. I'm not putting anything that is super important in them, mostly dry goods, because I just don't trust them. These are old lids. I have hundreds of lids. This box and this box was only 49 cents. I got this a really long time ago, and I just opened this one recently. But these are the old lids. They last pretty much until they rust out. I've never had food go bad with these lids. If you can find the old lids, but unfortunately most companies are switching over to the new ones. I think Ball actually is made in China for their lids now. Their new boxes of lids, the glue doesn't even stick shut. I mean, I haven't even used this, and the glue on every single box that I've bought has already popped. Whereas this box, I think I bought 15 years ago when they were on sale for like 10 cents a box, still sealed. So you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you get as good a lid as you can. Take a couple of these out. They're dusty, but that's okay. The seals on them are a bit different, and when I feel the seal on the lids, these are really thin, whereas this is a much thicker ring inside of this. So this just works better. If you can find these, sometimes people have them at garage sales. They're getting rid of grandma's stuff when she died, and you can get boxes of them, and I've picked up more than a few that way. The other thing that I've gotten a lot of questions about is the difference between water bath and pressure canning. Pressure canning is done with acidic foods and meats. Yes, pioneers for generations used water bath canning on meats and acidic foods. However, you do have the chance of botulism if you do that. And I would hate to give anybody any recommendation to do something that will cause botulism. So you will never see me push water bath canning on anything acidic or meat. The pressure canner gets the temperature up over 212 degrees all the way to the center of the food, whereas a water bath canner, it gets to a rolling boil. It's 212 degrees. It's not going to get any hotter. So the middle of the food never gets up to that heat that will kill the bacteria inside of it, or even the vegetables, tomatoes and green beans and things like that all need pressure canning. Yes, I know that there's a lot of groups out there that support water bath canning. However, water bath canning is good for some things, not for acidic foods and not for meat. Please, for your own health and safety, please pressure can those. In an emergency, I'll water bath can something like that, but then I use that first so that it doesn't have time to go bad. But that's only because I don't have a refrigerator. The other thing that I wanted to address with folks is folks are asking me, well, how do you live like I live? I don't have running water. I actually lug my water in. And I have a 15-gallon jug with a hand pump at where I'm installing the kitchen sink. Sorry that video's not done, but the weather decided to take a turn and I can't drill a hole through the wall right now to put the pipe through. So that kind of defeats the purpose of putting the drain on and showing you guys how to do all that. But also I have another 15-gallon jug in the bathroom for the shower. So I have running water. I use a composting toilet, which I've not had any issues with. Sable, you're okay, baby. So you don't have to run big expensive pipelines and do all kinds of things. I do have 1,000 gallons of water tanks outside. Unfortunately, I need to take them to the car wash, hose them out, and set them up. But when the temperature gets below freezing here, they shut the car wash down. So it's a spring project. Otherwise, I carry home about 100 gallons of water a week. You get very efficient at everything you do that uses water. I just got electricity 2 months ago. Up until then, I used battery lanterns in the bedroom and oil lamps in the living room and kitchen. So when I say I want you to learn to live like it's 1800, I mean I want you to learn like it's 1800. You can do it. It's not that hard. And I think that taking a break from everything, not having a TV, not having anything, try it for a week. Use your front hose to fill your water jugs, bring your water in. How are you going to know what you need when the grid goes down, or if it goes down, or if there's a major disaster, let's say hurricane, tornado, whatever earthquake you live in? How are you going to know how you're going to cope with it if you don't try it? So shut everything off for a week, unless it creates your heat. Don't shut the heat off. It is winter, but try it for a week. See how you do. It really makes you find the holes in what you need in order to survive. And I think that's incredibly important right now, because times are hard with this Rona thing going on, and a lot of people are out of work and need ways to find money in their budget. And sometimes just shutting stuff off is the way to find that money in your budget. I don't mean shut it off and never have it hooked up again, but shut off the TV. Shut off all of the electronics that you don't need, all of the distractions, and go to a much simpler life. And by reducing all of that, you are better prepared for when it's not there. But on the good note, I have heat. I've got dinner on the stove. I mean, who can complain? Life is good. As soon as I get some stuff put away, because I live in boxes right now because I'm building, I will go ahead and give you guys a tour of the place. But I'm really OCD about people seeing my boxes and, all of that good stuff. So it'll have to wait a minute, probably more than just 1 minute. But otherwise, take a break from some stuff. Don't water bath your acidics and your meats, and just try to do stuff. If you don't get out there and try it, you're never going to know if you can do it. Don't be afraid. Take that leap. And I will talk to y'all later.